All right, we're chatting with Noah Bailey of the Northwest Florida baseball team today. Noah, with all the social distancing and the COVID-19 pandemic right now, what are you doing to stay busy?
Um, every day I wake up and I'm working out in my garage, hitting little mini wiffle balls, and and on my off time, whenever I can, I go work. But pretty much an everyday thing. Always running, always trying to stay ready.
I know you've seen some of the athletes on the internet doing crazy things to stay in shape. You mentioned the wiffle balls. I saw a couple of Chicago Cubs doing that in their driveway. Just talk about some of those drills you're going through right now out in your driveway in your backyard.
Um, yeah, besides the wiffle balls, that's really about it. Hitting wise or throwing anything like that. Lifting wise, doing pretty much our Northwest Florida workouts. Was just basic arm day, leg day with a 1 mile run. That's about it, really. Just trying to stay in shape and be the best version of me, I guess.
Sure. Let's back up a little bit and talk about the day that the news broke that the NJCAA was going to postpone and then eventually cancel all spring sports. You guys were on the road at Pensacola for a game. I don't think you had played yet when the actual news broke. So you heard that news and then you actually had to go out and play a game. Walk us through that, how the team found out, your reaction, and then how tough it was to play a game knowing that it could possibly be your last.
And yeah, it was rough. Our coaches kind of told us like, "Hey, this could be the last game of the season. You never know, so play it as hard as you can." And knowing that, I think we all gave it our best and we tried. Yeah, we lost, but I feel like it was one of the better games we played. It was a hard fought game, and I think because of that, everybody really tried to do their best and gave it their all.
What was your initial reaction when Coach told you? I mean, what was the first thought that crossed through your mind when he said the season was canceled?
I was in disbelief. Like I was like, "There's no way this could happen." We all worked so hard for me for 2 years, and for the freshmen a whole year, and it was just hard to swallow. It was definitely like a punch to the stomach.
And talking about hard work. Let's walk through your journey a bit. Obviously, a local kid from Niceville, Florida, Niceville High School. Walk us through your high school career and what led to your decision to go to Northwest Florida because you were a walk on here. I don't know how many offers you had coming out of high school, if you had any, but there was a time where you had to make a decision on where you were going to go to further your education and possibly your baseball career. And what led you to that decision to go to Northwest Florida?
Yeah, so throughout my freshman through junior year, I really didn't have anything going school wise. Baseball was okay. Senior year, I started to finally, I guess, show out. And yeah, I had a few offers to some other schools in Alabama and stuff like that. But I know me going to Northwest would be the better decision baseball wise. I know it's better competition. And I thought to myself, if I can make it here, then I have a better chance of playing ball or getting drafted. And I just thought if I wanted to actually be the best version of me, Northwest Florida was the place to be.
Coach Martin really praised you for your work ethic, especially in your senior year of high school, coming into your freshman year of college. What was it that switched on for you during that time?
Um, I I thought to myself like this is the real deal now. You're facing the best competition in the nation, so I think it was just kind of like knowing that I needed to be better. Senior year, obviously I was in high school. I was, I guess, decent to pretty good. So I just knowing that that's not going to play at the college level, so I needed to get better. So I just worked harder on everything I could every single day.
And then obviously, going into your sophomore year, you start getting some looks for some four-year schools. Walk through that whole recruitment process and talk about your school of choice and where you'll be moving on to.
Starting out my sophomore year in the fall, it was slow. Obviously, I had a few calls here and there. A lot of school, or some schools were interested, so I kind of waited out to the spring, knowing that if I just keep on pushing forward on the path I was on, more schools would be interested, and I'd be able to commit to the school I would like. So that's the way I did it. Kept on doing me, playing baseball as hard as I can, and then eventually I got the call from South Alabama, and a few days later I committed because I felt like it was a good fit.
Talk about, you looking forward to moving on campus there in Mobile and playing for a program that has historically put just some very, very talented baseball players into the major leagues. I mean, you're talking about the Luis Gonzalez's of the world playing at South Alabama, countless others off the top of my head, but David Freese, another one, just a ton of good athletes coming in, and now you're going to be a part of that program.
Yeah, it's huge. I'm very blessed to say I can go there. Being able to go there with two of my buddies, pitcher from this year, Jackson Boyd, and one of my friends I always grew up with since T-ball, Matthew Boswell. I mean, I think it's going to be fun going over there, and I'm ready for the work, and I think it's a great place for me to be. And I'm excited to be a part of the school with as much history as them.
Let's talk about the season this year at Northwest Florida. You guys were off to a great start, 18-5, I believe. At one point, the team was ranked number 2 in the country. Really having a special year early, and just right at the moment you're about to start Panhandle Conference play and really get the season geared up, you get the news. But talk about the team and what made them special this year, and how you guys were able to achieve the success that you did in the shortened season.
I mean, we were a brotherhood. I mean, that's all I can say. We enjoyed each other, and because we enjoyed each other, we worked hard for each other, and that helped us on the field. Even whenever somebody was down and like they had a failure, couldn't get a guy over, or had a bad inning pitching, we always picked them up. We were always there for them. It was great to see that even when we were down, we were able to overcome adversity. And then whenever we weren't down, we would still pile it on, and that's why we were a hard team to beat. It was really fun playing with those guys.
What are your plans moving forward here? Obviously, the president came out and suggested that the quarantine protocols hold through April the 30th. That kind of puts a lot of things on the back burner, at least for another month. Just talk about how you plan on staying busy and kind of what you plan on doing for the next 30 days, baseball or otherwise.
I mean, really, it's the same thing as I've been doing. Still working out every day, trying to, like I said, be in the best shape as possible. And right now I'm working at night, so just doing that, just to have some money in my pocket, and just going through life as if I wasn't a baseball player and just a normal person. Just that's all it is for me right now.
Is there a hobby or a project that you've picked up that you weren't able to kind of do while you were playing baseball that you didn't have time for?
No, not really. Baseball's it for me.
All baseball all the time, huh?
Oh yeah, baseball, school. That's all I had time for, and that's pretty much all I still do now. School, work, have a job, and then occasional baseball and lifting weights. That's about it.
What's your go-to quarantine snack?
Ooh, go-to quarantine snack. I don't know. Lately, I've been eating a lot of sandwiches, like ham and cheese, stuff like that. I don't know. I've been craving that lately.
Did it take you just a couple of days to go through your whole stash before you had to go back and get more?
Oh yeah, my mom's been to the store a few times.
Yeah. Well, no, I appreciate you chatting with us, and we wish you the best of luck, and hopefully you'll get back on that baseball diamond sooner rather than later.
Thank you, sir.